related to family court corruption and the experiences of individuals affected by it. This may include discussions of abuse, trauma, and child endangerment. The views expressed by our guest are their own and may not necessarily reflect the opinions of the podcast or its host.
That's what I'm going against right now. These people, these are my depression people who focus on me the most when I do my services. Amy and Brian, Felicia, Tasha, Kathleen Martin, prosecution, Jackie Preston, Justice. These are the main people who depress me, as a black single father. Now, Brian, Amy and Brian, through the FAU, FKA, Brittany and Russ Bernhardt, Jackie Pleasant. I went to court. I was a father. For almost everyone, I was a father. I was there for my kids. Just a little, I did my kids. The baby mom was out there doing drugs, was high. She wasn't doing nothing for the kids. I paid for everything. I don't got to lie to her. But when she cheated, I let her back in the house still. I still let her say, okay, you sleep on the couch for the girl's sake. But see, what I'm just trying to say is that no matter what I went through, I was a father for most of them. I stopped going in the street. I stopped everything. I became a father. And since they took my kids away, it made me a better person now. I'm not saying I'm a number one dad like most of these fathers out here who got good jobs, firefighters, brass, I call brass police officers, Army man, PJ, I call PJ Army man, Army council. That's why I call PJ. I'm in Washington, D.C. Senators, some of their kids out here doing drugs. Some of their kids out here getting high, selling drugs, but and they call themselves the parents. CPS call themselves the parents. Who else they call themselves? But they ready to destroy a family that highly as a family unit. It ain't. But well, they like everybody has hiccups in their lives. You think you're a good parent, but what did you feel that day to day? What did your kid do today? What did your daughter do today? That's how I look at it. I'm just like them. They're not better than me because they got titles as a job. My title is a father, foremost. And they stole my title. So I'm trying to get my title back as a father and my daughter, and the stuff that goes along with it. I read an article out of California. I don't know if y'all got it. A girl got wanted for discrimination, $3 million. It's got $2.94 million. I don't know if y'all read that article.
I have not.
That's how much she got paid. But I'm trying to work on a lawyer. I've been my own lawyer. Somebody wants to touch my case, but everybody can work in the system.
Nobody will touch your case. That's just it.
I got you putting me on radio, California now. So it's in Las Vegas too. So it's a big deal for me. I lost my girl. I would never stop fighting for my daughter. Me sitting here in Washington D.C. it's like I have nothing to do besides check the people who try to play games with me. What I mean by that, get to the root of the matter. Who told you to do this? Because people ask you all kind of ways. That's my biggest deal right now. They try to make me their puppet. Especially a lot of black people.
Are your daughters with family?
We do our own downfall. That's it. Like I said, go lease a building. Why would you play on me when I'm trying to get my daughter? Go lease a building. Go do something positive, but they're not. They don't know how. Their mind is only so far educated, the rest is fall off the cliff.
Are your daughters with family, or are they with strangers in CPS?
They with Amy and Brian. Because Melinda lost all 5 of her kids and gave them all 5 daddies and everything. So I'm the only father that is right terminated. Because I never gave him no problem. I did my work. I never whooped my kid. There's no sign of abuse, no sign of neglect, no sign of nothing with my daughter. I was parenting my 1-year-old daughter and my 16-year-old daughter. I wasn't overwhelmed. I was joined by it. I had my 1-year-old daughter doing a credit card at Dollar Tree and at Safeway. My 18-month daughter was, hey, Dad, can I do the credit card? My one was potty trained. She started taking off her diapers and she started to walk. I took her to physical therapy because she didn't move her hips in right, so she could walk. I took her to physical therapy. I took her on camping trips. My daughter's mom was never there. So
See,
the foster parents are Amy and Brian, and the other one is Sternhardt.
so you were doing everything you were supposed to do, and you were the only one that got your rights taken from you.
Right. Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes.
Yeah. But this is in Washington State. So now I'm up in Washington D.C. where it's like this. It's the funny thing about it is this, like this. I had a lawyer, Mary T. Swift, right?
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, I feel sorry about your appeal that you lost, but now I don't do cases up in Washington D.C. but that's out of my jurisdiction." But her, so ain't she my lawyer? But they never gave me a lawyer, so I had to put my own lawyer now.
Yeah,
my own lawyer.
that's the best way. Like having a lawyer, it doesn't work when you have a lawyer.
Yeah, they want they want $450,000 to $350,000 for me.
Wow.
Like, that's just to shut me up on what I saw. It's like this. In a UPS truck, a man came down with a consulate in a UPS truck. My daughter said, "Look, Dad, look at the man." When I looked down under that truck, I saw police Ontario pants and police boots out of Kingston County Jail. I just said I'm fighting the system as much as everything else.
Yeah.
So, I have been denied, but somewhere I'm getting there where I can get to where I need to get. But I keep fighting. I'm not stopping. I'm up here in Washington D.C. I should have left yesterday. But things happen.
So you lost them in 2019.
So 2019. Today is the 24th. Let's say it's 5 years. It's 5 years.
Yeah.
4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, I lost mine in 2021. So yeah, it's been about four years, maybe 5 for you.
Yeah. So have you got them back?
No, I have not gotten her back. The courts did it.
What's going on in your case?
She was pretty much trafficked by the courts here. I'm in Missouri, and so the courts in St. Louis County pretty much trafficked her, at the with the disguise of her dad. But when they took her, they moved her out of state, and she ended up, they put her in a facility that has a class action lawsuit for child laboring and trafficking against them prior to her being put there. And, they're trying to tell me they didn't traffic my daughter.
Well, they did. You got to prove it.
Oh, I know. I know they
argue,
did.
Okay, when they traffic your daughter, don't argue with them.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Set them up. Set them up and give them nothing to talk about.
I actually just filed a suit in federal court on the 7th of August.
There you go. And you still waiting for feedback?
Well, no, right? They took my filing, accepted it right away. They let me move in pharma, whatever, as a poor person where I didn't have to pay for the filing. They've let me do that. They just wanted me to amend my thing and give them a show cause order because they're trying to kick it out. So that's what I'm working on now.
So and you're saying you want your daughter back home in your care?
Huh?
You want your daughter back home in your care?
Well, my daughter's 17 now. By the time I can get through court, she'll be 18.
Okay, so are you just gonna let the court reminisce on it, or are you still fighting for the rights of it?
I'm fighting for everybody else. I'm trying to fight for everybody else's. My rights, everybody else's rights. Because if I don't have rights, you don't have rights. If you don't have rights, I don't have rights. So if we're not fighting and we don't keep fighting, they're going to win. They're going to beat us. So I know there's no chance of getting my daughter back before she's 18. I know that because of how long they draw things out. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't stop. I should stop fighting. That doesn't mean that because there's so many other babies after her. And there were so many babies before her that have gotten taken. And, and so many women go through what I've gone through and men that's gone through it that, it doesn't need to exist, that we need to all stand up and stop this stuff. So I'm still in the fight. I'm still advocating, even though I know, it's not a lost cause, for me, but I just know that the courts aren't going to be able to ever remedy anything for me before I could get her back, before she turns 18. Right. So, but I'm still fighting. I just filed a lawsuit in federal court I don't know if you know anything about Missouri and the 39 GALs that were colluding together on a Zoom call that got released.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Fill
okay.
me in.
My case is directly connected to that case. Both my GALs were on that phone call. They were colluding with the presiding judge in our county.
Okay.
I
got you.
Yeah, they were colluding. They even called themselves Cash for Kids in the middle of the video. Yeah. And like they're all still working, they're all still holding their positions, ruining people's lives, taking kids.
Well, if you just talk about them and get on blowhorn and go outside their workplace and talk about what they did and get really look at them and really look at them, you can get them fired from their job. Easy to do. Harass harass people, go where they shop at, go to the movies, talk about their bastard kids, whole ass daughters, whole ass wife, whole ass sorry ass something, can't protect you. So you get them fired from all these places, so you gotta stay consistently.
Right. Well, in my case, I got a criminal charge. They said I threatened the judge, and they came and kidnapped me and held me on ransom for 2 weeks because the whole entire circuit court recused themselves off the case. So I was out on bond. They just dropped the charges like 2 months ago. So I was, I couldn't do anything. But now that the charges are dropped, that's a whole nother story. Now I filed in federal court. We're ready to go. There's a bunch of women and people here in St. Louis. I know one girl, her and I are getting ready to go hit the streets, start advocating out on their build big signs, whatever,
Well, hit me up though. Hit me up when you're in St. Louis. I can come down to St. Louis and do that thing. We could do a program together.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
I'm very flexible.
Because we have all those people that have already been exposed that we need to just start hitting their doors, let them know that I didn't go anywhere. Nobody else went anywhere. We're still here.
Because I can come to St. Louis anytime. Because like I said, on the 18th, every 18th, I got the Minnesota government office. And then I got Pastor Duncan in Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we could do something. We could say this. You got get my number. You got a pen and paper?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Why don't we give it to you? We're after the show. I don't want your number being given out loud. I might be blowing up your phone like crazy.
Okay. I know it's not like crazy. Okay, so let me finish this up, and so this is what happened afterwards. This is what my lawyer said. Let me get into it right now. Mary T. Swift. Let me find it real quick. Okay, this is Mary T. Swift, attorney of Philly, Nelson and Coach Street, address 1908 East Madison Street, Seattle, Washington, zip code 98122. Phone number 206-623-2373. If any of y'all are listening to this online, call Mary T. Swift up and say, why did you drop the ball on Egypt, the Unique Baker, and Larry T. Baker, the father, when he completed all of the services? What was the main purpose of his terminating those parents' rights minded Charlie? Everybody out there in the radio, please call this number 206-623-2373. Address Nelson and Coach, Mary T. Swift, appellate attorney. I recommend y'all do not never get this attorney. Anybody, the husband stuff, the company stuff, phone number 206-623-2373. I'm looking at the Himothy of Unique Miracle Baker and Egypt Baker minor children. These are my children. Court of Appeal of the State, Court of Appeal of the State of Washington, D.C., Division of 1. Right now, I'm looking at everything. Exactly, established LD has the borderline overall fracture impact. But if I had all these working, memory, and elementary level reading, or some comprehension gap, there is no evidence of further color the specific needs accommodate with that limitation. So I mean, I could follow my children. But in a stereotype, in a real, how can I say, in a real world, success men are more less to provide for our children. And when the statistic ain't high about the women of getting our children away from our children. They say we tend to run off bars, tend to run off, get high, tend to run off and do crazy things like jump off a bridge and bust our head open instead of father our children. But realistically, in the real world, we are suited, booted, and ready to raise our children. Times have changed. The window has turned. The women have burned their bras. The men have burned their diapers and say we better fathers now. So all we got to do is get ourselves together now and put something together and show the car that we are better fathers, and we're ready to step into the face. We are those men that the kids look up for. We are those men when they have those kids. Hey, that's the king. That's a good man. That's the king who can raise you. That's exactly what we need in our society these days. It's not labeling us as bad fathers. We're not bad fathers. We're gifted. I ain't saying women ain't gifted. We are very gifted men to raise our children. I ain't saying women go to extra. We will go that extra mile to learn to adjust with the women's touches. Every man got their game from a woman. And every man got the nurturing spirit from a woman. But you only can do so far with a boy, with a girl, mom can, without that father. They're hungry for that father. And just like the mom hungry for that man, the man hungry for that woman. But it's two different things. They both complement each other.
Yeah, I believe children need both parents for sure. There's just certain roles that we play, and that's just the way it is. Women are designed and, play a certain role just as men are, and, they're equally as needed. That's where that balance comes in the world. Like we're off balance. We need to rebalance, everything back in balance. And you can't, you have to have both of them to have that balance, the masculine, the feminine. It's the yin and the yang. And our children need that.
Yeah. They like your daughter play softball. Okay, they actually know something about softball, but dad don't. Mom know more about softball. Dad know about cooking. Dad know about shopping. Dad know about working. Mom know about softball. Mom know about, okay, I can decorate a house, but I can't cook that much. That's where dad come in at. I know about fishing, but dad don't like to fish. You know what I'm saying? This is upbringing where the daughter say, hold up, well, don't Cassie, dad go fishing, but the mom is better than the dad down there. Well, it's like this. I didn't get the part of lessons of cooking, and like she got the part of lessons of fishing. So it's some different fathers, different family upbringing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's funny like what? Yeah.
But also.
Yeah.
Also, men for little girls, they keep them from being statistics because now little girls aren't trying to find that love that they didn't get from their dad. They're not out looking for it. And little boys that grow up without their mom, they're not like those kind of those boys tend to not be as kind to the women and things like that because they have some kind of hang up because their mom wasn't there. It becomes generational, like not curses, but trauma for bloodlines for a long time. It takes a long time to focus on that and heal it. You know what I mean? So when a little girl grows up without her dad, they're always out there searching for that male love, like the male figure, someone that's going to protect them and keep them safe, because that's what men do. And it's just an inherent like notion of knowing, like little girls just are inherited to want to be safe, that like the dad keeps you safe, that men are the security. And without those dads in their little girls' lives, those girls become statistics.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, Dottie, on that for sure. Oh, I think we lost him.
I was going to say, did he lose his call?
I think we lost him.
But they do. Little girls without their dads, they become statistics, man. They really do.
No, they absolutely do. I mean, case in point, you have a lot of current generation of kids, my AKA my sister's generation that grew up without a father, and that I see that so consistently with people that I know, in my personal life, like siblings and stuff, and et cetera, et cetera. It does happen, and it's very, very, it is traumatic, and it does cause them to become a statistics because they end up looking for that love in all the wrong places.
Exactly. My dad, he had his issues. He had his own demons that he was facing and chasing and battling all his life. But you know what? Even with those demons, he was always there. So whenever I turned around, my dad was always there. And I would take him with all his demons than him not being there.
Okay. I'm back. I apologize. It's got call where I'm at.
That's okay.
No, you're good. I figured that you got dropped. That you're good. Continue.
I don't know if he like heard what I was saying, but I was just talking about
No, repeat.
I was just talking about how little girls, when they grow up without their dads, they become like statistics, and they have like generational trauma that happens, you know, because they're always looking for that
Yeah, they do.
security, you know. And then like little
yeah.
boys might not treat women as nice because their moms were missing. So now they, you know, they're angry about that, or, you know, it
Yeah.
brings issues into it because that balance isn't there.
Well, I took a class YWCPS where these women was battered, right? Let's say argue with the husband, okay?
Yeah.
And I sit in the middle of the chair, abusive relationships. I sit in the middle of the chair. You know how y'all women get when y'all get mad, right? Y'all want to get the slug a guy, right? After you do a guy mess you over, right? So I had to sit in this chair, and they had like these little puff chips, right? You know the round puff.
Yeah.
Cheese football. And when you got angry, and you want to hit me, you had to throw one. it was like the first day, all these women just start throwing everything at me. I'm gonna have to go there and teach you something after this. I know they gonna give easy one, because that's how it goes when a woman get beat. And I know what you mean by that. And it's like when dads are in the house, there's like it's about to get pregnant.
It's less likely, yeah.
Yeah, but it's better to have both parents in the house these days. But that's our economy though too.
Well,
that's like I say that's the parents' fault.
Well, you know, I really think it's we've been like attacked. The family units have been attacked and been separated. You know, they started a long time ago doing this, when like we used to, you know, people generally used to live like, you know, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmas, like they all lived together. They were a unit, you know, they depend on each other. They worked together. They survived together.
Right.
And then, you know, after what was it, World War II, I think it was, where they started, you know, the soldiers come back and they made all these little like houses, you know. I know every community's got them, where they're like little sections of like little tiny houses that they would give to the soldiers. And then they started separating the family. And that was one way to weaken us, because now that they got the family units separated, like the, you know, distance family, now the women have to go out and work. So now your kids are going to daycare. So now they have, you know, they can get to your kids more because they're not in the home with the mom, you know, dad's not out working. So because everybody's got to provide, because they've made it so almost impossible to live on your own. You know, even though they wanted to split us up, so they split us up, and then they make it too impossible.
It's inflation.
Yep.
It's high inflation. You gotta find a good roommate or a good man.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, it's true.
Because like when you come to the realization that everything on this earth is free to survive, that they've only put a value of money on it for us to survive, that, you know, then when you can realize that, you can break out of the matrix, because there's no reason we should be paying for water, especially with them poisoning the water, putting all the stuff in it. There's no reason we should be paying for that.
What are they going to do? Charge us for air next?
They practically do. I mean, but just all of that stuff like that we pay for electricity, that it can be produced for free. There's no reason for us to have to pay for electricity or for water. I mean,
absolutely.
There's no reason for it. They've just been, you know, strong-armed some people and said, this is mine, and then put a value on it. And then we've given money its power because we give it value, because our dollar bill is not backed by shit. So, I mean, really, they've just put us in this like fake world that we keep ourselves in.
Yeah, it's a fake world what they keep it in. It's a lot of mischief in this world today.
And they go after our children because they profit off of them.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Yeah, JP Morgan said it. He said that he wouldn't allow anything in the country, JP Morgan did, unless he could regulate it and charge money for it. Includes humans, evidently.
Was it also was it JP Morgan? Also, I think he said, "I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of
workers." Yes.
Was that him as well? I believe.
Well, it was Rockefeller, I believe, and he's the one that put all the money into the school system. He came in and made the school systems. Is what he did. He put $1 billion into like the public school system in America, and indoctrinated us.
Well, he also did that with the American Medical Association. Look at what they did back in the early 1900s with the AMA and how they kind of basically made it illegal in a lot of regards. They went after doctors that were using homeopathic methods back then. And now they made it so where we have big pharma, the big pharma corporate conglomerate, which is out of control. That's where we're at now. And look at how they're not even being held accountable on any front.
No, not at all. And now big pharma is taking people's meds. Like, I've seen this video of this woman that was like trying to get the news out that I guess her little boy was on like some kind of like Ritalin or something, but they were like capsules, and half the bottle of his pills were empty. Like the medicines weren't, they weren't in there. So she's like giving her son meds, and the pills were empty because they were capsules. They weren't pressed pills. And it's something that they're doing. She's not the only one that they've done this to. So it's definitely some kind of something, because we know they're always attacking us. So it's something that big pharma's doing with the meds. You know how that one guy talks about how all of our senses are inverted, and that because, they have us in all these Ritalin and all this, and we forgot how to use our natural instincts. Right. So I have a feeling it has something to do with that. Because, as soon as they put these kids into foster care or whatever, they put them on drugs. As soon as they get them away from the children away from the parents, they're on medication. 9 out of 10 times. I know my daughter was put on meds.
Parents on medication.
Yeah. And then
so parents on medication? So let's say out of 10, out of 1 to 10, how many parents on medication and can't father their children or can't father the young people?
Well, I don't know that statistic, but I know that they flood drugs into our society for us to get hooked on drugs, to be able to take our kids, to be able to control and weaken us and keep our minds from being strong. Because it's all about our kids.
They try to attack any parent that's speaking out against this corruption and try to smear them and slander them as crazy or having mental health issues. That's a common tactic I see in these cases.
Yeah, they send them into the mental, the psychiatrist to get evaluated, or if they can't do that, like that, they didn't try that with me. That didn't work. So when they couldn't do that, the next best thing was to just keep putting me in jail. So if they want to criminalize being a parent also, because they make so much money off our children.
Oh, you met jail too, huh? I met jail too once or twice.
Yeah, because I walked into family court and almost came out a felon. Like I ended up beating my charges. But I mean, who would ever think that you're going to go into a family courtroom and you're going to walk out as a felon when you've never been in trouble? Like you've never,
Yeah, you bad girl trying to protect your daughter.
I was having fiscal court. I was having fiscal court because I put the prosecution and consulate up on Facebook, and they said if I don't have this off before I get off, then I'll be going to jail.
They did that to a lot of people, and I'm really surprised I didn't get threatened like that because of as much. Because I was recording them, and I recorded them. I've been recording them the whole time. So like 4 years of all their dirt, and I put it out there, and I never get told that ever.
Well, it's because they realize that you got it all, and they're scared. That's what it is.
Yeah. I don't get threatened like that, and I didn't get threatened with the going and getting a psych eval. They didn't do that shit with me, but they did put me in jail a few times. They came and kidnapped me, snatched me up out of my house, like out of my front yard. Like that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all. Kept me there.
Yeah, they do that from time to time.
Well, because our kids are worth so much money to them. If they're
worth dollars.
They are worth a lot of dollars. So if they're not getting kickbacks from like the government, the like Title IVD and all that, Title IVE, they're not making money that way, then they're trafficking them for sex, and they can keep selling them over and over that way. or they're selling their organs. That's why a lot of kids, we have 2,000 missing kids in Missouri right now from our CPS that they're not even looking for. Like, we don't even know their names. We don't know nothing about these children. We just know that 2,000 children are missing, and our governor has an adoption agency. So I believe we're not looking for them because they're not lost, because he knows where they are, what he's done with them. That's just, my theory. Because if they were truly lost, we'd be looking for them.
It's not just them either. The foster parents get paid like $300 a night.
For each kid they foster?
Yeah. I talked to a foster parent.
That's what they make?
They were like, what the hell? We're making $300 a night off of keeping kids.
And that's the sad thing. Instead of putting the money back into the families, a lot of times they just take these kids because, people are poor. So instead of helping that family and keeping that child with their bloodline, because that's another thing that messes humanity up, is we don't know where we have come from. We don't know who we are. We don't know who our ancestors are. They've really confused us with that. So we don't know who we are. So we are a bunch of people walking around confused, trying to figure it out, when they do everything they can to keep us from figuring it out, just to keep us confused.
Because we're their protectors. If they leave them with us and help us instead, we can't protect them from the child molesters.
Well,
they are.
When you steal a society's children, the whole society will disassociate themselves, and you can do anything you want. You can change their history. You can make them forget who they are. And it only takes a generation to do that.
Yeah. So,
I mean, and they reset us. What they're trying to do right now is reset the planet. And this isn't the first time. The last time was back in 1902, 1904, late 1800s, when the world fairs were going on. They were resetting us then.
That's awful. That's awful. That's it.
1905 is when CPS was created.
Like they just, that's what the orphan trains were all about.
1601.
1601?
1601, the first child became in America.
In 1601, yeah. Is that when they did the orphan trade?
Yeah, that's when they did the first orphan trade.
It was the Fondling Hospital, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was the Fondling. Right. Yeah. And if you ever look at the map of all their locations, man, they're all over the world. They're everywhere. And they're in like strategic places.
The sad part about it, these American children, though. These are our children. You know how they said in Vietnam, they were left in that war.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were taking their kids.
Right. We need to win this war.
Exactly. Like they've been taking and stealing our kids for a long, long, long time. Like a really long time.
And it's just that nobody really looked at the windows, the significant realm of this action of what's going on in our communities.
Well, it took a long.
Can't afford to lose the sport. So like kids don't want to go through this fight ever again.
Right. Well, I didn't see what was going on for a long time. It took, them taking my daughter for me to be able to see all the trafficking that was going on, all the things that they were doing, and I didn't know.
How long did it take you before you saw what was going on in your community?
Right away. I see when right away when I got into the court system right away, like within the first court date, I knew something was going on. The first year or so, I went back and forth with it. I struggled with it, like, they're not going to do this. They're not going to take my kid. There's no way. But yeah, they took my kid and they had no reason to take her, and right. But I could see it because I was recording everything. So after I would have a court date or I would have a phone call with the lawyer, I could go back and play it and I could hear it. Because when you're involved in all that stuff, they're trying to move so quick and they're throwing so much at you that they don't want you to have time to think about what's going on. They want to do it real quick. So it's happened and over before you know it. Well, because I was recording them, I could hear what they were saying to me. So I could see it coming. Like, so I was, I prolonged my daughter being taken by a year. I couldn't stop it, but I did prolong it for a year.
Hey, Dottie, I do have to run, but I'm thinking I'll hand over host to you. You guys can continue because I know you're streaming live on your platform, but I do have to run. I have to go keep an appointment. But I'm gonna end the live on just the news for us, and then you guys can continue on the Sacred Lavisa if you'd like.
Can
I
you
got
give me my
the
number
thing.
right now?
Go ahead. Oh yeah, I'll send it to her.
Okay, I can just give it to her. I ain't worried about nobody calling me. Everybody call me anyway.
So do you, so are you like traveling and campaigning? Is that why you're all in all these different cities?
Yes. Yes, I'm campaigning for my rights to be reinstated. Campaigning for Egypt and Baker. I got a shirt, which you can probably see. I am campaigning all these cities. I got Bama. I got New Orleans. I got Mississippi, Birmingham. I got Atlanta, Georgia. I got Portland, Maine. I got Chicago. I got Boston.
So
Portland, Oregon.
when you get into
I got
these cities, what do
Cali.
you do?
I wear my shirt. I'll never see me. I go to the governor. I go to the mayor. I go to the mayor. I say, hey, I'm trying to get my rights reinstated.
Oh, so you go and hit the
I
government
go-
offices. Okay.
And I go get, and I just get some petition signs, and I just go door to door. Me myself get a motel room. I get 1,000 petition signs. Hey, they want my rights to sign with the name and number. What are we going to do about it now? You going to hook up in St. Louis? How
Yeah.
we going to handle our business?
Yeah, no, like,
How we going to do that?
because I was thinking about a
Go ahead.
campaign for like a face for every mile, because we have kids that could, enough kids taken that we could probably go around the planet a couple times.
All right, I understand. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
My phone number is 805-628-6497. Write this down.
Okay.
Hey, Angie. Oh, I'm gonna just leave the news for us running on the live because it looks like I think you can still, since you're host, you still should be able to do it. And then when I get back, that way we can have all our viewers from both our platforms.
Okay, that's
watching if
fine.
they'd like. All
Yeah,
right.
no, that's fine. So
Okay.
we could start building this from city to city. You can get bigger and bigger every city
Yeah.
you go into.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I can come to St. Louis for you. You can start this in St. Louis. So I just got a date on the 18th.
You
right
know,
now, I got a window. My window is after the 29th of this month. I have to be in Minnesota on the 18th.
well, you know what? We
I
have
have to check my
a
mail
local parade coming up that I wanted to like enter into for about the kids, like child trafficking. That would be a good time to come
When is the
down.
parade?
Huh?
When is
It's
the
in
parade?
September. It's next month.
What day?
I have to look back. I'll have to look it back up. It's good. It's on a Saturday.
Okay, my phone number is 805
Mm-hmm.
628
Okay.
6497, and my name is Larry Baker. Whatever you do, positive, to get parents' rights reinstated or support of parents who are going through the system of protecting parents' rights, let me know. If you're going, I want to go. How's that sound?
So yeah, that
If I'm
sounds
doing something
awesome.
at the government office in Minnesota, and if you're doing something at the government, I'm doing something at the government office in Minnesota, or doing something in New Orleans, or Bama, Birmingham, or Montgomery, hey, I'll invite you to come out.
All
So
right.
it's very positive.
So do you think
So
that
I
we
do
are
have
on the smaller side of people knowing, or on the the plus side of that, of like getting the word out and people being aware of it?
Getting the word out, aware of it. We're actually like, we're getting more everybody into it, but are we coming together as one
No.
unit
That's the problem.
and make it a motion? We need something that we're gonna shock the world. We need something we're gonna shock our legislators.
That's what
We
I
need something
say.
that's gonna shock the
That's what I
Congress.
say. Something that's going to
So,
shock the
we-
conscience.
We need to pull something. We need to pull something what's gonna blow them up.
That's
Hey,
what
look
I
at it.
agree
Right here.
100%.
After
I've
the
been looking for
abortion,
that.
After voting rights, we need something that's gonna blow us up. We're still in the middle. We need something that's gonna wake them up like a bomb, like a fuse, like a cater table ready to blow up. We
Yeah.
got angry fathers, angry moms, angry sisters and brothers, teenagers having babies. They're so angry right now. And young kids say, I don't want to go through that. But it's a powder keg that's ready to blow up. And the congressman, the government ain't seeing it.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
like something so shocking.
I feel like, you know something? This is the first fight really against CPS. First fight. If we get a boycott started, or
That's what I'm
boycott,
saying.
a
Like I keep
a
saying we should
boycott,
go sleep on the
I
steps.
get truckers to boycott. I get the plane or the trains to boycott. Get something where we can boycott and stand still where people will follow. But most people say, I can't afford to lose my job. That's where the community guys say, okay, we need to take care of our own deal.
Yeah, but the people aren't going to have jobs before too long.
We need a major boycott
That-
on something.
that's
where
what
the
I've said.
economy, Where we'll wake up the senators, the legislators, congressmen, and congressmen,
Well,
and the government office.
I had the thought about like going and sleeping on the Capitol steps, you know, like, okay, people have rallies and stuff, but I'm not talking about a rally. I'm talking about camping out there until somebody noticed, making it big enough to where it's like a Woodstock.
How many campers did you have?
Huh?
You gotta have a big enough. You gotta have. Okay, you remember the Million Man March
Yeah.
that the black people had? Okay, what did they do in the Million Man March?
I don't know what they do.
What was
March?
it for? March, that's what I know. What they do? I don't know what they do.
Well, all I do know, but I do know this: it was all those little events that made it one big event.
Uh-huh.
All the little things that they did, all those little steps, you know. What was the lady's name on the bus that she wouldn't go sit in the back of the bus? It was
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks. Thank you.
Parks.
Yeah, there was that incident. I mean, it was all those incidents together, all those pivotal moments, right? That made that big moment, that march. And so it's going to take all those little steps you're doing are all going to matter.
These are moments right now where we can change what's the history for our children.
Yeah, we can't leave this for them. There's no way we can leave this problem for our children.
No, we can't leave this problem for our children. We gotta take them as ourselves. This is a fight where I know we can win. We can't lose this fight. This is for our babies.
You know,
there's a solution.
I really believe
we need a boycott something. To me, we need a boycott and let the government feel it, let the legislators, the congressmen feel it. Let the judges feel it. Where they just say, hey, we're more important. The community is more important than still our kids. So we need to come up with something big. I do have a plan. I do got something in motion. Yeah, see,
it irks me because I can't come up with something that's just going to shock the conscience so much that people won't have a choice but to look and know.
I let the doctor with you, but I need more people like you in St. Louis. We need more people to understand to get out there and let these people know what's going on.
We just got to find them. They're here.
But I got the tools and the technology to start, but I got to make sure everybody else is with it. So people do want their kids home, and these fathers need to be fathers. How many moms are absent in life? Some of these dads, Mom, I need your help. I got to go to work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was the way they broke our families up. And
sometimes Mom's going to say, I can't help you. What you going to do? Or is you going to make a bad decision, or you going to make a good decision? Well, I call my boss and say, well, you'll leave your job if you don't come in. Well, my baby more important than that. But you need to get your place with you first. By working, I mean, your boss don't expect you and you're being your parents skills as a man. And then you got to make a choice. So what you going to do? Be your baby, hey, can you watch my kid? How did you know that?
But what are those jobs going to matter when we have a society that is broken?
Right, it's broken, but we can change it though.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes sometimes you just have to give things up for the bigger picture and the better good of all. Like sometimes you just have to give. Sometimes you're just gonna have to make that sacrifice, not for yourself, but for other people. Because that's why we're here. We're not here to service self. We're here to service others. And if we're not taking care of each other, then that's wrong. Because really, there's no difference. We're all human. You know what I mean? Like we're just one race. We're not black, white, Mexican, Chinese. We are mankind. We are just one of mankind. We are all the same.
It's our nation. It's our American nation. It's our patriotism. These are children of America.
It was the way they divided us.
Yeah.
Yeah, make us weak. They'll
Well, if we
divide us
come
any way they
together-
can.
Okay, if we come together as one, respect each parent's rights, protect each parent's rights, that's the nation. That's United. That's USA. Old-fashioned USA ass whipping. We need to give these people to put our rights, defend our parents' rights, protect our parents' rights, and protect our children. Ever have to go.
I believe
Just
if
a good old ass whipping from the USA. We're not. It's not for. It's a domestic fight. Fight.
this is domestic.
Half of them don't know what the hell they doing. But half of them ain't grandparents. If they are grandparents, they don't want to know. They want to hide. I can want to play. Oh, I'm doing this, but they really play the game. But they call themselves dad. But they call themselves mom. Or they go, I don't care. But when you dead and gone, who's gonna protect them? You play your game now. Who's gonna protect them when you're dead and gone? I ain't showing things. I ain't gonna protect them.
No.
I'm showing it now. So that's how it is, though.
I think
You
that
got my number, though, right?
Yep. I think that if we got a strong-minded enough group and a large enough group, we could actually just like our thoughts could change all of it just by our thoughts together collectively.
I would love to do that with you.
You know what I mean? Like we could meditate the end of this.
Yeah,
we just have to
do this.
Put that energy out there because that shit works.
Yeah, it's positive energy.
Yeah.
It's positive energy. We could travel. We could set it up in your hometown. Go each way. So I know some people in St. Louis. My family is going to St. Louis, and we can get it out.
Yeah, we need to definitely do something.
Negative.
You know, because I don't see any point. I don't see any point of these rallies down in Washington D.C. Like that's what everybody wants to do, these rallies down there. But I don't see that. That's not what we need to do.
It's like a rally in Washington D.C. It's like we go over here to march in Washington D.C. And Manuel Wallace, Kiki Woods, Operators CCS, the second parent. Me personally, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't see the point.
But hold up. Why I say that? Because if I can get brass to march with us, the second parent of St. Church line, that's cops for me. Firefighters. You want them to march with you. You want the cops, firefighters, the ambulance department to march with you.
If you can get the good ones.
That's because they're taking the community. They're protecting your community doing the right thing. Some of the cops ain't gonna go for that.
A lot of them people are corrupt.
50-50 on the street. No, 50-50 on the street going home with you. 50-50 of them ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's how I cut it up. Top of that like that. So I'm up in DC and feel like I'm doing nothing to get my daughters back. Every day I miss them. Every day I hurt. Mom passed away.
Recently?
Nobody cares about my children but me. Nobody do about me. All these men, all these women, all they do is talk. They laugh. They don't put up. I don't see nothing from them. I see a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying?
I would really like to. I would really.
But again, that's how I look at them. Then they say they call themselves that. But the issue gonna come when you have to challenge yourself. Who you gonna go to? Bottom line, you gonna come to me. I'll play stuff with, or some kind of the groups. They ain't gonna fight for you, but they ain't fight for you now. They gonna give you all witch watch.
Yeah.
They go to SNL like me.
Well, you know, we're starting the grand jury. I'm working with this group that's working on starting the grand jury because you know it's our right to assemble.
Who are they?
And
Who are they?
It's just a lady named Kathleen and another lady named Ali.
Kathleen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been working with them.
Give me my number and call me.
Yeah. That is one way we're trying to bring the people together and stand and witness for each other in court. So you're not standing alone, because if there's an executive order that Trump put out that was really pretty much handed to us to be able to try to take our courts back with and get control back of some of this stuff. So we've been working on putting the grand jury together. Right now, we're working on a case out of Reno, Nevada. It's the Roger Hilligus case. And they've had him locked up for a long time because they said he kidnapped his mom. It's the other end of the family court stuff. It's the guardianship with the elderly, but it's the same thing. And they're trying to give them like 68 years
Man,
Yeah, so we've been
that's gonna
working.
hold us. 15 years gonna hold us.
No, we've been working on their video. I've been working on their video for like laying out the timeline of the truth because they got court cases, they got body cam footage, they got all kinds of stuff, and I've been laying out and just calling out their corruption and their lies and how they move the court and how it's well orchestrated and you can see it. Like I can put it out on a video for you where you can just see what they're doing, where they're case fixing right in front of you, where the judge is practicing law from the bench, moving the court, telling them how to move the court in a certain way to get, to pass by their statutes. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I've pulled all kinds of shit out of this case.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So they're still fighting it though?
Yeah, because one's still in jail and the other one's still on a ankle monitor. And this has been going on for 4 years. The mother's passed away. They have no accuser. They have no facts upon the record. They did have no due process. And one's still been sitting in jail for like a year.
Well, they don't sit in jail for a minute, but man, that's crazy.
Yeah, not if we're doing a grand jury. We're trying to do a grand jury for them. I'm putting like I said, I was putting their video truth together. Show the truth, show the people, the people's court. That's powerful. It really is. When you can get the people together, it's really powerful. But that's one way we're fighting.
It's like this. It's like this. It's like this. I am down for you. If you want me to come up and we can start, it's like you make your blueprint out. You're the director. Okay?
Okay.
You're the director and you hold on to it. You write everything what you want done. I come up here, I make sure, I'm your other director, I make sure everything get done every step of the way. This is my history. Look up Ella Josephine Baker.
Okay.
If you don't know that lady. Look up Josephine Baker.
Yeah.
I am South Carolina Baker. Post office.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've been through hard shit. I've been through hard shit. That's who you're talking to right now.
That's cool.
I've
heard Josephine Baker. Yeah.
Right. If you look up Ella Josephine Baker, Star University, came out of Northwest Virginia, and Josephine Baker came out of St. Louis, little Baker out of St. Louis, got married. That's us. She was a World War II vet. Double side. That's me. And I'm fighting for my kids right now. And it's amazing what I'm up in Washington. I'm wasting time right now. I'm trying to get up out of here right now. So I go down to Atlanta, to Tennessee, and so I get into Montgomery, Birmingham, and talk to my sisters and brothers down there so I can start this movement. But I know I can start. I can't do nothing right now because I'm up in Washington, D.C. I got money to put on the line to make this movement. It's all about precision, accurate, and motivation of my community to push this issue. And me, I just sit here, I'm wasting time. I did talk to a couple of people last night. Just have patience, do what I got to do to keep that burning fire in me. I'm talking to you today. We're getting the word out together as parents, for some parents. Just like when a kid ain't home, and the kid look at me and say, who's fighting for us? We are. Now I got a sister who fights the same fight like me.
Yeah, Jessica, the other girl on the other girl on the call, she's up in New York.
I just was in New York. I was in Harlem, Staten Island, and Manhattan. And a lot of brothers came out and talked, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I bring South to protect the same fight. You know, that's what it's been going on for me. It's all about establishing more people to make that movement like you do.
Jess actually just bought an RV to go travel the country and advocate and save our kids. Actually, she's pulling that together now. She's working on that now, getting her truck. And
that is the most coolest thing to do. I would love to go around state to
she's
state,
like gonna buy a hot dog cart to make money while she's on the road. She's gonna get a hot dog cart, she says.
Yeah, a hot dog cart.
I told her she needs to cook toasted raviolis.
I would love to do that. Get a band together, drive around state to state, gather all these people up, and put a big boycott, or trucker stop, or even the airplanes. sit down, or
Something.
even the trains to sit down. Even
Something.
the people stop working for a whole week. But we can't do that.
If people stop working for a whole week, everything would fall and we wouldn't need jobs.
We don't like that shit that much like that.
Well, what I want to do is be able to go to somebody's like place if they say they're having issues with CPS right that time. I want to be able to go to their place
and
I wanna
and
be able
stand
to,
in front of them, because that's what we got to do when these babies are being taken.
fight the
We
situation
got to come
head on.
together and
Yeah,
stand in front of
listen.
that baby and be like, "You're not taking our babies no more."
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You gotta set something up.
That's how you weed out the fake from the real. The people that are in control versus the people that are real douchebags and lost their kids because they lost their fucking kids.
Yeah, some of them are because
Some
like,
of
those
them are,
young
but I think
couples,
that's
they're, like,
rare. I think that's far and few between.
way rare.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, trust me.
I mean, it's not as easy to
Well, I
say
tell
it
you
is,
what.
though. You know what I mean?
I tell you what.
Yeah.
If
Like, we're not
if
all
I get down to
douchebags.
You're telling
Well, I
me
can get
that
down to
right
St.
now.
Louis, and y'all, and
They
and
like to
you
use
can't-
that
you can't-
excuse, though.
We tend to procrastinate on what we want to do for our children. I
Yeah.
do that myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop it. We need to go do it.
Yeah.
If we gonna go do it, okay, you got me as a number, and you got a girlfriend. I got a couple of ladies. I got a couple of men. Let's take the same as y'all do.
Yeah, but I have
They
all
really
the
go
people from
just
the
like
grand
that.
jury too. That group's pretty big.
So,
I think there's about 3,000 of
So-
them at least.
okay, if you got 3,000 people
I
ready
think
to go march or whatever,
I think
we need
that
to-
are
we
in
need to
that
put it
grand jury.
together.
Yeah.
and let's do it now. So our kids are getting bigger. We're getting older. Half of these people want to see their
Mm-hmm.
grandparents. Yeah, we need to put something together
Right.
tonight, tomorrow. As soon as you get off the phone, put something together. You got my number.
Yep.
Give my number to your friends. And whatever idea she got, call me. We put
Okay.
it together. I'm able to travel any kind of place, anywhere, and look at your idea and brighten it up.
So you wanna
That's
like
what I
partner
do.
with Sacred La Visa?
Huh?
You're saying you wanna like partner with Sacred La Visa?
We can partner with anybody. I'm in the government office every 18th in Minnesota.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Uh,
And I think partnering is a good way to like expand and make many.
Yeah, make many decisions. Like I say, as long as we can get this out the way and stand up, more people to get in, because all we do is talk.
Well,
Parents.
yeah.
We need
So
to put talking into
Yeah.
action. Talking into action, make it work, make it happen. We can't procrastinate because our kids are getting older. They expect us to be there.
Mhm.
Okay? We can't let our kids down. This is like this worse than Vietnam. This is domestic. Go ahead.
we can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. When y'all get off the phone tonight, ladies, gentlemen, write the stuff what you want down. And share it. Hold it. Don't share it right now. Hold it and be sincere about it. Be sincere. Be sincere about it. And I come up to y'all. We all can meet. I Starbucks or whatever closer to you, to who got the funds to make it, who don't got the funds to make it. I got funds to make it anywhere y'all want me to go. I got the money. I can be on your front porch holding the going back right grocery stage too.
Jess is gonna be mobile soon.
I can get myself a motel room. I can go to LA Fitness and put my clothes in LA Fitness and come in your room and do a rally and let them know this is what I'm doing.
We are.
Yes.
What are you talking about, Auntie? I'm coming to pick you up. I got 2 rooms in that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for you to be mobile.
There you go. Everybody get in and we can put this together. And these are for our children, yo. These are for our kids.
Yep.
To protect their rights, to respect their rights, and let's make a bill where there's no more termination of parents' rights.
So do
We can
you
do this.
have like a website or a
I'm on Facebook.
you're on Facebook?
That's where y'all can help me out at. I'm trying to really computer illiterate. That's why I need more friends. I'm by myself looking at this, but I'm at that level where I'm only got a Facebook. I do a lot of shows.
What
I'm
are
not
you? What
on there yet? I'm not really yet.
What are you on Facebook? What's the name?
I went to look at it.
Is it just your name?
Yeah, nobody's alone in this.
Nobody's alone in this one.
Mm-mm.
No,
There's too many of us for that.
It's like, this is my model. This is what I say when I talk to other people. We all bosses at the table. When we sit down, all bosses sit at the table when it comes down to the children of America and our community. We all are bosses. Nobody take no lead. But we all bosses. We're all about models and ideas. And we go with every idea where they can help to get our kids, have our kids when they're not parents like taking us there.
Yeah, I'm ready to do something. What kind of lawsuit did you?
Definitely.
What kind of lawsuit did you file in those? What did you say you filed in the Supreme Court?
Yeah, me?
Yeah. What did you file?
I'm ready to
Okay, I filed. Let me open it back up. I filed here in the court just now. Let me read it. Thank you, Kristen. I got a whole bunch of paperwork. I filed everything from me finishing my cases of what the CPS gave me. I have 43 signatures for me and my daughters. Let me read it. I filed. I found my case number is 22-5595 in the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm just trying to get them to reinstate my parents' rights.
And how are you doing that?
Send the cases back in. If I can get more advice, get more help, I need all the help I get because I'm my own lawyer. I've never been at this level
I'm my
before.
own lawyer too.
Yeah, so if we collaborate and get this stuff together, or I can fly down to you, I can take the Greyhound down to you, and I can come back and file this back in the U.S. Supreme Court. Anything what I can get from my community, from the communities of any other state, would be happy for me.
Well,
I'll be in heaven.
well, we
you
could talk
gotta
about
say-
some court documents. Like I could show you some of the things that I got, like what I filed,
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
just filed and stuff.
So right. So if you can go into Baker Larry, you see me holding my two daughters. I'm a black male with two daughters, and they got Nike shoes on. If you go on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm holding my $2. I'm like over. I'm on a cliff. They got nothing but woods in the back, and I got a Nike shirt on me.
Well, you can go and check out. We have a Facebook page, Sacred Lavicia, and we're on YouTube and TikTok.
Well,
And
you text me it.
We
I
have
can
3
look it up.
sacred looking pages.
yeah,
Huh?
you can find us at sacredlavicia.live.com
Okay.
and
And
.org.
.news.
Okay.
Oh, and .news.
It's not news. See,
Yeah.
that's why I need to get. I ain't on all that. But see, that's why I need to be on it and all that. My case is unusual, but it's a real case. And a lot of people understand that. I'm gonna do a Chinese consulate on Minister Paul. It's unreal how I got beat for my kids. It's a real issue. I filed the Form 2 Notice of Appeal Criminal Division Family Court. Only juvenile cases is domestic violence. Superior Court of the District of Columbia Notice of Appeal Criminal Division Family Court. Only juvenile case and domestic violence unit. That's what I filled out.
Okay.
What would I need else? What I need?
I don't know. Like I was going for like a civil rights like lawsuit. Like I was because I
Well,
went
I didn't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I heard that one.
like
and I
due
felt,
process. No due process. Just all of it.
And I fill out a civil rights complaint form too. United States Attorney Office, District of Western Washington, civil rights
What
complaint
if we
form.
could get to Congress though?
What's Congress
Huh?
gonna do?
Okay, I'm from out of Oregon.
I don't know.
Congress ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Congress is part of what's
No.
well, who's doing it.
Well, they told me. Well, I tell you what, this is what they was doing to me. They was running in and out of office, and they're trying to come up with something for you. They're trying to come up, but I don't got nothing right when they say that. know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Melinda Rose Johnson
You're
lost her,
right,
so
though.
when she
They're
died,
breaking all the laws.
she lost all of her kids. She lost all of her kids, and the baby father got it. The last baby father got the baby because he was Spanish, and he got with another woman, and they called and said, "What you doing now?" I'm doing this and this and this. They said, "Come and get your baby." So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to fight for mine now, but I'm a single father fighting for his daughter. That looks good, but what doesn't look good got to do with it when I don't got my baby. Like with that old saying, what love got to do with it? With my baby.
Right.
I love my baby, and I've been fighting for my baby. So it's like, yeah, I'm up in Washington, D.C., y'all. I'm in LA City talking to y'all. A lot of men were looking at me like, what the hell he talking about? Do you know what he's talking about? I don't know what I'm doing. I stay out here. What do he do? I'm fighting for the children. I'm fighting for the children to take the children's rights. I got kids telling me, oh, that's me. I got kids cussing out.
Yeah.
You're not the sister. You're not the brother. That's more my brother right there. That's more my brother right there. Because he's fighting for my future, my kids to go to church. So I have to work like this. How can them play games on here? How can God buy play games? I'm stuck here for right now. I don't want to be stuck here. I would have been in Baltimore talking about my kids wearing my shirt. You understand? That's me. I want to keep busy trying to get my rights reinstated. So I can parent my baby. The worst time for me, middle time. But and again, black stuff is stuff. Black stuff is stuff. And they don't have nothing to do. They got a lot of attitude. I look at that from Southern Maine all the way down to all the southern states, Washington, Mississippi, attitudes.
How many years you been dealing with this?
Since 2019. I'll tell you right now. What happened to me was we found that in 2021. Well, okay, they said 2021. That was the prison. Yeah, I'm just. It was like early. It was like the end of 2000 and going into 21. Well, going into 2020.
That's a long time.
That's what it was doing. Yeah.
How often do they let you see your kids?
I don't see them now. So I'm up here in Washington D.C. fighting for them. The foster parents, Melinda Shields, but I don't roll like that. So they foster documents, they buy it on me. Everybody do bullshit at me, and they think it's illegal to do that. They committed a crime, and people don't want to go and extradite that crime. Blacks tendulate 85% crimes going
Baby theft.
and they say gays up. Huh?
Baby theft.
Say that again?
It's just straight baby theft.
Yeah, it's straight. There you go. That's how we are. And when we just want to realize that these people are playing with Black American people, we ain't gonna get nowhere. We're still gonna be stressed out, working all these days. Then you want to say the man did this, the man did this. So the friends told you to do it. The one who told you to do it, that's who's breaking you out. That's who's breaking your butt off. So you can't blame the man. You can't blame the wife. You can't blame the you can look at your own people today trying to speak up and do nothing about it. So that's how I look at it. I think more rainbow colors.
They do.
I think more about people of color than I do about solid color. Because it's just my history of my people, of the bakers, where I come from, how we achieve our success. That's why when you hear me, I don't look like everybody else. Don't be afraid of me. Don't be afraid of me. Like I say, it's like I'm just trying to get this stuff started to make it happen.
Well, you want the right people to be afraid of them.
Yeah, I want the right people. The go-getters, the motivators, the ones who say I can sit home, eat a bowl of cereal. Sit down, Larry. What am I doing here? I call, hey, hey, what about this one? And we I see you next week. I see you next week. And we all hook up and we put that plan together and we make it work. That's the most awesome job to do, make the plan work. And success stories of seeing babies that come home to parents. That breaks your heart. As I mentioned, I did that. You know, it ain't about TV. It ain't gonna be on radio. It ain't gonna be what all the other leaders got.
That's where I want to take it right now is TV.
The Kennedy family ought to be kept low, kept quiet, and we would be the ones in the field, in the ones making the move, talking to the right people, talking down and dirty in those dungeons. Listen, give your babies back.
Well, you know what I came to realize, like that I don't think half these like child trafficking saves, like where they talk about they saved all these kids. I don't think they're really saving kids, because if there was kids being saved, we'd be a part of it. That's how I see it. Like, you know, because they lie so much about it. I don't even know if those things are real. Like if there were actual kids being saved, as much as like I know Jessica's advocated, as much as I advocate, we would be a part of saving those kids. So think about it. If we're not saving them, who's saving them? I don't know anybody I know a lot of people that advocate, and I don't know anybody that's a part of a group that goes out and actually like saves 80, 90 kids, like, because we know the police ain't doing it. Because if the police were doing it, a lot more of us would have our babies.
Hell yeah, we have our babies back right now. If the police were doing it. If the police were doing it, I have my kids back. Everybody got their kids back. And the time was committed, and they would be compensated for it. The more important thing is we need to get compensated for the mistake of what CPS have done to us. We need to get paid after that compensation. All the kids out your life.
What if those news reports of all those saved kids are actually kids being trafficked, and they're just hiding it right in front of your face? I mean, just a thought.
That makes sense.
I mean, just think about it, guys. That's all I say. You know, just step outside the box for a second. Think about it. So if we're advocating, we're talking about what we're talking about because we want to save kids, and we're not doing that, then who is? Like, who are those people? And then why don't we know them? And why don't we know those people? The people that are doing that, how come we don't know them? How come we haven't ran across them? I haven't ran across them, and I've been advocating for a long time.
How come the Kennedy family ain't got enough about human trafficking?
That's what I'm saying. So where, you know what I mean? So maybe all those things are.
Hawkins,
I got one in the office down the street.
Hawkins fights the trafficking all the time, and she calls the police to her door, and all she gets is stop calling the police on the traffickers. That's all they tell her.
Yeah, and nobody can get her out of that place she's at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where's all these anti-trafficking groups?
That's what I'm saying. Like
all these children, you're right.
How come, Jessica? How come you haven't come across any of them? How come you don't know any of them? Because they would be in the same networks we're in. Well, they would be in the same network we're in. Because this is all a network. Like these people that are actually advocating, it's a big network. Mm-hmm. So why don't we know these people?
Yeah, it's talking about discrimination. Where they at?
Where they? That's just my thought. You know, like I don't know. Take it as you will, but that's what I think. Bastards, man. They
in contact with them.
They just got over on us for how long people thought that those people were saving somebody. I'm sure that's what it is.
That's right.
Crazy world we live in. And they want our babies, and they're going to do whatever it takes, and they're going to do it right in front of our faces. Because they were already doing it in front of our faces.
Yeah, and then they call us scumbags.
No, like, okay, the whole adoption industry, dude, that's just child trafficking. They trick you with that one, too. They trick you with that. They trick you with those little baby boxes. That's... Dude.
But their first trick is making the parents out to look like scumbags.
Well, yeah, they do that too. It's an attack from all angles, man. They need those kids.
Yeah.
So in Hawaii, when they just like direct energy weapon those people, those kids that they send home from school, They don't. Those kids are missing, dude. There's not a bunch of kid bodies like all. They haven't. No. Where's the kids? The kids weren't in that. Those kids weren't in that fire. Think about it. Those kids were not in that fire, dude. They weren't in that fire. I'm just saying.
Well, that's a good point.
Where the hell are the kids? They did all that just to get them kids. Plus, it's the heart chakra of the earth, so they just nuked our heart chakra of our planet and took the kids. Those kids are MIA, dude. They're not there dead. Think about it. Think about it. Why would they call school off? Why would they call school off, do all that, and then not let anybody out? Because it's a big group of kids you're moving around, man. You don't want people seeing that. They kept them trapped in those fires and wouldn't let nobody out. Those cops weren't letting people out. Why? Because they were moving those kids. I'm telling you what, I'm not stupid. I see what they're doing. You just got to see it.
That's crazy.
Think about it, motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. Like, this war is bigger than people know. Like, it's sick.
You gotta dig, because that's exactly right. You gotta dig, because trafficking shit, it's never on the mainstream news, never on the mainstream TV that I see it. But I look them up, the articles, and I find it every day.
Yeah, no, we would know those people, man.
They're not showing people.
No, we would know.
Why aren't they showing people?
We would know them people. It would be us. If it was happening, we would be a part of it. Period. So we really do need to do something, because this is way bigger and deeper and horrible than people know.
Way deeper.
Just think about what just happened in Maui, man.
Well, that's what I waited
So
for.
what is your main goal for the night then?
I don't know. Because I could probably finish this video up.
Yeah, okay, the video, y'all gonna shoot me the video to my phone?
I can shoot it to you. Yeah, it's for the grand jury that we're working on.
Okay.
You know, like, you should come be a part of that. That stuff, it's pretty cool, because we're trying to grow it. It needs to be big, because the only way it's going to work is if we have the people, because it's the people witnessing for the people. It's the people coming together.
Right, just call me, let me know what's going on after the show, and I could come and stand and do something. All I gotta do is check on a friend in Atlanta. He got hurt, and then I have to go to Tennessee, check my mail. I'm free. I just gotta send more letters, check my mail. I don't have nothing to do besides send in letters to get my parents' license stated. What is there for me to do?
Advocate.
I'm not. I put myself around people who are fighting and protecting and help kids. That's what I'm trying to do. I can end up in St. Louis. I can end up in Alabama. I can end up in New Orleans. I can end up in Portland, Oregon. I can end up in California. I can end up in Vegas. I got that window. One thing I do is just check my mail. Until they say, hey, come and get your kids, I have free time. So if y'all doing something positive to help me out, let's say we all can help each other out. We're trying to do a boycott, sit in, sit out, whatever, a big picnic with what's in our stuff to see what's going on. Put me on it. It's just that every 18th, I'm at Minnesota, and then I see Pastor Duncan every time I go down there, Tennessee, Chattanooga. Duncan, Ted News and Radio. You ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's a pastor, and he plays country music, and I go on there live, and he put me on the air, where I talk about my things, about what I did here in Washington D.C., wherever I've been at speaking at. So if you know about Kelly, the host, he goes to Minnesota, going in office every month on the 18th. Talking to the government on the 18th.
On the 18th?
Every 18th, every month on the 18th in Minnesota, we talk to the government building. Open to us. Even on Saturday.
That's cool.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy, it's so good clothes. They ain't gonna open the building for us on Saturday Washington D.C. Places where I did, like you in jail. That's crazy. That how much push you got. We have it open on the 18th, even through the weekend. That's crazy.
Do you
So,
sell your shirt when you're going around advocating and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Do you have like shirts you sell?
Right. That I make that shirt. I make my own shirt.
But do you sell them like people can buy them?
Yeah, I do sell them.
Okay.
I got Josephine Baker shirts. I got Ella Josephine Baker shirts. I got South Carolina Baker shirts. I got where many kids on it, with the mom. They on my Facebook. If you ever get on Facebook, Larry C. Baker Facebook. I got my $2 in my hand. I got a Yankee hat on. My daughter's on top of my neck. He's up. And I got and it shows me talking politics all the time. So we go in there. You see my shirts. I haven't sold none in a long time. But Pastor Duncan set me up where that I pay for everything. I pay to send my workout. I pay to get copies. I pay to get envelopes. I pay to get stamps. I pay to get this. I travel a lot. So Pastor Duncan tried to set me up a little fund where people send checks to me and help me out along the way. I just can't get to my mail because I'm in DC. But tomorrow I got 5 days to go. I can't wait to go. I'm ready to go to the South State. I'm in Washington. I haven't been in St. Louis since Peaches. That's part of my family, Peaches. So I got family there. The Bakers are up there. I just can't wait to get back home up there. So they got the farmer market up there with Outdoor Shop GPS. So I'm a real travel man, lady.
So would you go to cities where people are? Would you go to cities for people that are like in the middle of a court battle, like they need people in the courtroom? That's another thing that we need to start doing is getting, if there was 100 people, 50 people standing deep in the courthouse,
Yeah.
I'm 100 people deep standing there backing a family in a court case, like standing there watching, all eyes on them.
Court watchers.
They would act different, but not one or two. I'm talking like 150, like 200.
Yeah.
I'm talking deep, like where they can't see the back of the room, and they're nervous about it because now
Around
they
the
better act
fucking
right.
court.
So I can travel anytime, any place, where to go. I got my own money and pay every month. So I make $131 every month. Anything I want to do, let's travel, have some fun. Let's get these kids home. Unless we do it, nobody else gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm down for it. I'm ready.
So, down?
Me too.
Okay.
Me
You
too.
got my number. Okay.
We're thinking about getting
Let's
another truck.
set up a date so I can come down and we can just meet. Okay,
All right.
we're all on this phone right now. Somebody, you gonna set up a date so we all just meet at a restaurant and we just talk. What is the easiest place where we can meet at?
The easiest place?
Oh God.
I don't know. I'm in the middle of the state. She's way up in New York.
I'm in New York right now, stuck until I get my license.
Where you at?
New York.
Give me a finger. Okay, I'm in Washington D.C. I just left New York month ago.
She's in Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri?
Yeah, I'm in the.
Okay. What is the easiest place for us to meet at?
I don't know.
Yeah, all gotta agree on something. What is if she's in New York, you're in Missouri, I'm in Washington D.C., he's in Vegas. What is the closest place?
Well, I would say Missouri because we're dead in the middle.
It's probably going to take me a month to get my license
Take a month
because I got to wait for a marriage license in the mail.
You should come down.
Okay,
We
you
should
can
really
take a
do
bus
a
to
parade. That parade, man. That we should do.
Unless he drives me, he might, because I got his license, he might just drive me the fuck out of the state real quick, and then I can just get my license somewhere else. It's
You don't need a
fucking hard
license to
get your
drive
license in New York,
to
dude.
commute. Like you don't. If you're not in commerce, you don't need a driver's license, dude. What are you talking about? It's your right to travel. to move freely.
Yeah, you can travel. She checked on it out. I don't think she lives a fucking.
I just need to get my license somewhere else, like Texas, where it's like takes like 5 minutes to walk in the door and walk out. Man, they want you to jump through 100 hoops to do anything in New York. Don't ever go to New York. New York sucks. And I love New York. It is a fucking gimmick. It's to get your trapped.
Man, I'm proud for you.
All right, well then.
Fuck New York. That's better.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with New York. I just feel Staten Island. Staten Island is so good. I love Staten Island.
Well, thanks for coming on. I think
I don't know. I haven't talked that.
I
Yeah.
think we've been on here for a while now.
Nice to meet you.
I'll give you a call. We'll hook up. We'll do something. You can come check out this grand jury stuff we're working on.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can come on Sacred La Vista sometime, our podcast, because Jessica and I have a separate podcast.
This thing,
Yeah.
not all the way. Doesn't blow it all the way, but it pops out. Did you pop it out?
Yeah, we haven't done a podcast in a while on Sacred La Vista.
I don't know if I can shut this off on his stuff from here.
Oh.
I think he made me host. I'm not sure.
Oh. You better hear, yeah. Participant. Yes, he did.
He did. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Okay, don't forget to call me. Okay, I know, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Get my number out, ladies. Please call me.
Okay.
Text me tonight. Give me your numbers. I give you my number. We keep in contact. We got to come together today to come up with a common denominator so we can get this plan going. Put up a boycott, marches, do something. We could travel. We can get a big rental car. We get a love bus. We get all 51 states. So I'm boycotting.
My truck already says we the people on the back of it. I said, I'm ready for that. My truck already says we the people on the back of it.
Okay, so all we gotta do is get people together, and we can make this movement officially. And we've got to come up with shirts now. You remember the grassroots of Freedom Riders? I can get Freedom Riders grassroots. I can get Italians, Sicilians. I can get some Irish. I can Mexicans. I get some blacks, and we can make this happen. And we could really set a tone for this for our children.
All right.
So
Sounds
so
great.
let's do it.
I'm ready.
I don't got y'all numbers. Y'all got my number.
I got your
Give me
number.
your
I have.
number.
Yep.
Okay, pass it on to her. It's all right to pass it on. It's all right to pass it on. You got my phone.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and let's do this. You get in your car. I'm stuck in here until the 29th. I just gotta go Atlanta, check on a friend who got hurt in a motel room. And see if she okay. I'm trying to put her back together again. And to say I tell you before we move it up, I want to do it online with the mic. And I just gotta check my mail in Tennessee and do a show for Pastor Duncan and do a show on the 18th in Minnesota. But I have all those windows when I ain't doing that. Where we could be doing something and y'all can cut my whole window besides the 18th. I made an obligation on the 18th. And Pastor Duncan is whenever I get done with all my stuff, I'll go down here and tell him, hey, Pastor Duncan, this is what I've been doing. Stuff like that, and fill them in and put me on the show. So
Yeah.
let's just do this, ladies. Let's really do this and put this together.
What? Yeah. So So
Don't let them. Okay.
if Jess ain't out on the road saving kids aren't getting saved.
Don't let say I gotta get my life in order. We gotta drive me back to take your test for the month to get your license. We're all gonna be out in the parking lot. Hey, I got you. All 90 of us in the parking lot waiting for the fast chef.
Well,
Right.
I already know a couple
Oh,
people
yeah.
that are getting RVs.
You feel what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And jacuzzi.
Then down the highway, doing some protests for children, stand parents' rights, protecting parents' rights, and getting this stuff out the way.
Keep doing something.
That's what we're doing. And
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks, Jess. Call me later.
All right, thank you. If we
Thanks,
can
guys.
text me the numbers, and let me see how tonight's show goes. Please.
All right.
I'll call you later.
All right.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Y'all have a
All right.
good one.
All right, y'all have a good one too.